Before we get into today's episode, if you've ever had to heal in silence, fight through what nobody saw, or find your way while holding wounds you couldn't explain, my books were written for you. And even if you haven't lived it yourself, my writing is for anyone who wants to better understand the silent weight so many carry behind closed doors. I'm Soleil, author of If Only I Had a Home and The Wounds from a Healing Heart. And more books are coming soon. You can find my books on Barnes& and Noble, Amazon, or through my link tree. No gossip, just talk. Now, let's get into this episode. Welcome back to another episode of No Gossip, Just Talk. I'm your host, Soleil, and today's topic is personal, it's honest, and it took me a long time to really understand the best gift I ever gave myself. And no, it wasn't something wrapped in a box. It wasn't something I could swipe my card for. It wasn't something anyone else handed me. The best gift I ever gave myself was self love. I did not always have it. I didn't grow up fully understanding it. I didn't wake up one morning suddenly healed and whole. It took time. It took pain. It took breaking. It took rebuilding. And I'm still rebuilding. This isn't a story about I've arrived. This is a story about becoming. Self love did not come to me gently. It came after years of abandoning myself, years of shrinking, years of apologizing for things that were never wrong, years of trying to be easier to handle, easier to accept, easier to digest. I used to confuse self love with selfishness. I confuse self sacrifice with strength. I confuse silence with peace. And somewhere in all of that confusion, I lost myself. Or maybe I didn't lose myself. Maybe I buried myself. I buried the parts of me that were too loud, too emotional, too ambitious, too much. And here's what I've learned: anything you bury does not disappear, it waits. It shows up in your triggers. It shows up in your reactions. It shows up in your body. It shows up in the quiet moments when you finally slow down. For me, self love meant digging. And digging is not glamorous. Nobody talks about that part. Self love took accountability. It meant sitting with my patterns and admitting that some of the pain I was carrying was pain I kept choosing. That's not easy to say out loud. It took forgiveness. Forgiving people who may never apologize. Forgiving myself for staying too long. Forgiving myself for not knowing what I didn't know at the time. And it took boundaries. Boundaries that felt unnatural at first. Boundaries that cost me some relationships. Boundaries that made me uncomfortable and made other people uncomfortable too. But I had to learn something important. Discomfort is not danger. Sometimes discomfort means you're growing. Sometimes it means you're finally choosing yourself. It also took gratitude. Not the fake everything is fine, but the real kind that says, even this shaped me. Gratitude shifted my power. Because when you practice gratitude, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of your life and you start seeing yourself as an active participant in it. That changed everything for me. Self love introduced me to my power. Not loud power, not controlling power, not dominating energy, rooted power. The kind that comes from knowing who you are, even when you're imperfect. The power of saying no without rewriting a 5 paragraph explanation. The power of saying yes to yourself without guilt. The power of standing in your truth without needing everyone to agree with it. Understanding my position in my own life was huge. I am not a side character. I am not here to just to endure. I am not here just to survive. I am here to live consciously. And that means I have standards. It means I protect my energy. It means I'm intentional about who and what I allow into my space. Self love is maintenance. It's daily, it's repetitive, it's choosing yourself over and over again, especially when it would be easier not to. Now, here's the part people don't glamorize. Standing in your truth means accepting that your truth is not polished. I am still healing. I still get triggered sometimes. I still have moments of doubt. I still catch myself slipping into old habits. Self love is not perfection, it's awareness. It's catching yourself faster. It's correcting yourself without shaming yourself. It's apologizing when necessary and growing from it. And then there are the parts I buried for years: the anger, the grief, the insecurity, the fear. You cannot positivity your way out of those. They have to come to the light. And sometimes bringing them up feels like war. It feels like cutting off the heads of old narratives, old identities, old survival versions of yourself that kept you safe at one point. And here's something I had to learn: those old versions protected me. So even as I outgrew them, I had to thank them, honor them, and then let them go. I am still working at this. Some days I feel powerful, some days I feel fragile. Both are allowed. Self love is not a destination, it's a relationship. And like any relationship, it requires communication, patience, forgiveness, and consistency. Some days self love looks like discipline. Some days it looks like rest. Some days it looks like walking away. Some days it looks like staying and trying again. But every day it looks like not abandoning myself. That's the difference. Gratitude really anchored this for me. When I stopped only celebrating my achievements and started appreciating my resilience, I started thanking myself. Thank you for surviving. Thank you for learning. Thank you for getting back up. Thank you for not giving up on you. Gratitude makes self love sustainable because when you recognize your growth, you protect it. When you recognize your power, you use it wisely. When you recognize your worth, you stop negotiating it. Now, here are my takeaways. If you're listening and you're still in the digging stage, you're not behind. If you're uncovering things you buried, that's growth. If self love feels far away, it's not. It's just unfamiliar. Self love takes time. Accountability is part of the healing. Boundaries will feel uncomfortable before they feel normal. Gratitude shifts your perspective. You are not here to shrink for anyone. The best present you will ever give yourself is not validation from someone else. It's not perfection. It's not being chosen. It's choosing yourself over and over again. Even when it's uncomfortable, even when it feels lonely, even when people don't understand. Because when you stop abandoning yourself, you become unshakable. Not because life stops challenging you, but because you finally stand with yourself inside of it. And that is power. All right, that's it for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to No Gossip Just Talk. Be sure to subscribe, share the show, and stick around for more episodes to come. And until next time, ciao for now.